Or there is no sermon today. But we have special people that we are invited to come and speak to us. Hallelujah. Some of you know them in the community. They are doing great work for the community. So today we are going to listen what they have to say, some words of encouragement from them, so that the work that we are doing will continue as we work together. The first speaker I'm going to call is Dr. Tambah, who is here with us today. Dr. Tambah is a son and construction association. He has his own business. And he is also going around the community to help people. He's done a great work in the community. And he is also a licensed builder and a real estate agent. So we thank him, we glorify God so we know for the work that he's doing in the community. I'm going to invite him to come up here and say something about himself and about the work that he's doing. Amen. Let us welcome Dr. Tambah.
Thank you very much. It's a blessing to be in the house of the Lord. And as a Christian, I was very, not surprised, but very glad when I saw Pastor mention Career Day, because typically you don't hear this thing in the church. And I believe God told us that everything that we need to succeed, everything in the house of God. So when he brought it down, like, this is a great idea, and I'm glad I'm going through this. So I have a foundation that I also get involved with in addition to what I do. I'm a builder, licensed builder, build homes. And the interesting thing about that, it was a dream of my dad. He wanted to be an engineer when you were coming up, but when he had me, that stopped him from achieving that goal. So when I came into the picture, when I was little, he began to tell me, when you ever get a chance, I want you to be, going to construction, I want you to do this. And actually wanted me to fulfill his own legacy. At the time, I had no idea. Our kids, we have our own dreams. That's right. And our own vision. But it took me a while when I started working with the UN, United Nations, in 2006. But he actually helped me by giving me on the path, sending me to construction school, learning all those things. Well, around 2006, when that really hit me, God brought a revelation to me and made me to understand, even though you have your own vision, but God has a generational promise that goes through every family. So you came out of this family you didn't choose. And that vision for that family, you're part of it, you need to help make that possible. And by the grace of God, I became the first person who made that. I established a construction business, gave it to him and told him, now you go, your vision is accomplished. And then he asked me a question. Who are you? I'm like, oh, I'm the son. He said, but what's the business name? I said, Tambah and Son. He said, no, you can't just give it to me, that means you're part of this. Because I'm Tambah, you are the son. So, so he really got me in there. And it was a blessing, I can tell you, since I've aligned my own personal vision with my generational promise. There have been success, there have been greatness, and I'm able to do what God has called my family to do, while at the same time doing my personal thing. I love doing charitable work, but then I get to realize down the road, if you want to do this kind of thing, if you don't get your own money, you can't always go begging for money. So God knew the foundation, and he established that by making sure I go into the construction area. Now, the construction business is the one that helped fund the thing that I love to do, by doing good to people. And that was my mom's vision, to also do good, do things, so that how that happened. But I want to let you know that in my process of learned, you can't chase money. When you chase money, you will keep running, you can never find it, you can never get it to say, oh yeah, I have it, I don't need, no. But what I've learned, when you add value to yourself, the money will actually find you. And when God gave me that, I began to do that. Today, I'm not just a licensed builder, I am an author. I write books, so I do a lot of different things that bring me multiple streams of income. And I think that's God's purpose. God wants us to be in a position where we can live our full years. We are not limited. In God, we are not limited. There are so many gifts that He gave us. I'm an author. I also have courses that I'm also working on that will be teaching, developing curriculum. Because what God has blessed me with, I believe is important, and I also found a means to be able to give back. So being having a doctorate degree does not mean, and one of the requirements also to be able to give knowledge back to the society. So I'm working on all of those. I have 3 businesses. One is the construction, and it is so much more important that we, even in the church, find important to know that. Let us encourage our kids about skills. The power of skills and talent is something you can never limit. It's one of the things you can never retire from. You can retire from doing the job, but when you're home, you see your neighbor out there have issue with the sink. Guess who they're coming to call? You. Yeah. They have some plumbing problem. Who are going to call? The skillful person. So you can never retire from this thing. And those are gifts that God has given us that we can tap into. So my time here today is to also encourage the church to know that we can develop people in our own area. We can go after those things. When you talk about accountant, the church need accountant, you can find it right here. The church need a plumber, it's supposed to be from right in here. Yeah. We need engineer from right in here. Yes. Everything that we need, God through intention was to make sure that He found it in the house of God, not to go out there. If the church need to build a new building, instead of needing, guess what? They can look in, they know there are people in here, and when you hire people from the church, it's great because you're going to find trustworthiness, and they're going to do it like they're doing it for themselves. So that's why it's important. And as members, I want you to understand, we have a responsibility not just to come to church, but to also partake in the thing that is important to God, the house of the God. As long as we can make sure that the house or the purpose of God is glorifying, whatever we do also will also be blessed. So let us try to do something. I want to see, maybe a couple of years from now, we'll see businesses coming out of here. And I told Pastor, I do this for people, and I'm going to offer anybody, if you have a business idea, or you have something in your mind, you need some coaching, you need help, I can offer that for free to be able to guide you, because I can tell you, God has a purpose in everybody's life in this place. Amen. But what I've seen when I came into the U.S., that I kept up behind the issue of fear and my ability to be able to take that risk. When I came in this country, I tell you, the first thing when I got here, I'm like, 2 things. I used to work with the UN. When I came up, I saw the situation, I'm like, if I got to stay here, I got to find a career to do. But not that, I got to get something that will help me to be able to have the time to, number 1, serve God, and 2, take care of my family. Yes, because if you get to work and you don't have that time to spend with your family, that is not God's true purpose. God wants His work to be done, but He also prioritizes family. That means you can do it together and you can do this. So I want to encourage you. Let us try looking towards skills, encouraging our young people. In the construction industry right now, I'm telling you, the oldest people are retiring, the young people have no interest into that. But also I want you to think, there's no limitation on how old you can be to be able to find that skill or ask God to help you find that purpose. Whatever you're doing right now will be a foundation under which that can help you find that God-given purpose. I can tell you today, the peace that I have today, I bless God, because to tell you that I woke up in the morning and worry exactly like, okay, they building to be paid, no. God has put me in the position, those things are not part of worrying right now. Amen. God has blessed me, I can tell you I'm grateful for that. I want to help family, but then I'm going beyond in the point where I can be able to help other people help themselves. Because the true nature of God, or what He wants to be, that when we develop, we succeed, we should help other people. In the Bible, it mentioned God never created any one of us if He knew that we're not going to be productive or fruitful. Yep. When you read about the fig tree, right? So let's start limiting ourselves. Let's know that we were created. God knows that we have greater fruits to give to the world. We have the solutions. We have the thing to help this world. Let us dig into that, and I want to encourage all of you, find your purpose in life. The first thing you need to do, know who you are. When you know who you are, no matter where you go, you can never change. The next thing, know what you want. Because most of the time when you have missed priority, you will start running up and down. The next thing, learn how to get it. And when you know this thing, I can tell you, you can be anywhere. That's why today, even in this country, I can tell people, even if I have to leave this country with nothing, the one thing that nobody can take away from me is my faith, my values, and my principle, and my family stuff, you know? So let's keep that going. Thank you so much. I hope that this will continue. We coming here not just to come here to tell you what we do, but to help inspire you to find our purpose. I got 3 businesses. You can do more than me. Thank you.
Thank you.